Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Thoughts of the Young Icon with me, Sam. If this is your first time on our channel, I'd like you to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification because we have some good content always coming your way. Today, we have another special video titled 7 Reasons Malawian Men Stop Cheating. This is from an interesting conversation I had with an uncle of mine. He shared some wisdom, and I'd like to share that wisdom with you. Some of you might find it controversial, but I can assure you, there truly are many reasons why Malawian men stop cheating. And that's why we're very faithful. Stay tuned to find out more. Thank you very much. So today I'm here with a very interesting topic to share with you. It stems from a conversation I had with an uncle of mine. You know, when you spend time with these wise old men, there's so much wisdom that they share with you. And basically, we were talking about many things, and what we were talking about revolved around how the world is changing and how Malawi in particular is changing. So we tackled many interesting topics, but a lot of them I thought they were quite dull. And then we got to a topic which has lingered on my mind and I wanted to share with you. And basically, he was explaining to me why Malawian men stopped cheating. Yeah, I thought, where is this man going to go with this topic? But he mentioned 7 things to me that have stuck with me. Of course, I would have loved to memorize them, but I didn't memorize them, but I wrote them down because I knew I wanted to share them with you. But basically, he was talking about how relationships have evolved over the years. And now relationships in the 21st century, in the time and day that we're living, are different from when he was younger. And so he gave me this list of 7 reasons why Malawian men stop cheating. So, number 1, and let me pick up my iPad so I don't mess anything up. Number 1, he said, cheating is expensive. You know, he talked about how the economy now is not as it used to be. You know, nowadays, there's so many things that you need to factor into your life. The cost of living is very high. You know, we talk of the devaluations, and it's made men realize that, hey, why do I need an extra expense? Why do I bring in a second woman in my life who's going to probably double or triple my expenses when I already have so many expenses? You know, he talked about specific examples whereby, he was mentioning how when you have a wife at home, truth be told, the wife at home is probably the cheapest woman that you're going to have in your life. You know, she's taking care of the house. She understands and she knows how much is coming in, and she tries to reason with you in the way she spends, and you can negotiate with her and say, hey, babe, this later. Whereas when you pick up, a side chick or whatever, the truth is you're trying to impress them. And many other times where, you spend recklessly, and men are coming to a realization that, hey, man, why am I doing this? You know, I already have my wife at home. I'm already content. And that becomes one of the reasons why men have stopped cheating. Economically, it's just becoming more and more difficult to keep up and to have a life whereby you have, one girlfriend here, another girlfriend there, a wife at home. And Malawian men are not dumb. Malawian men, we're smart. We've thought about it. Well, those are his words, and mind you, my uncle, I will disclose that he was probably a bit intoxicated when we had this conversation. But yes, what he was saying is, look, I would prefer that I spend my money with my family, with my wife, and I don't want to incur any extra expenses. The economy is just not allowing for that. So that was reason number 1, that cheating has become expensive. And the second reason that he gave me was that um, men have started to respect women more than they did because of the rise of the feminist movement. My uncle is a progressive guy, so he understands that the world is changing. And the way that men view women now has changed. Before, men used to view women or their wives as, just part of their property that they owned back home. And they used to think that, my wife is not as exciting. And so they used to seek pleasure elsewhere. But the rise of the feminist movement has made or has shed light to a lot of Malawian men. Malawian men now realize that women are our equals. They can excel the same way we can in academics. They can excel the same way we can in sporting endeavors. Some of the biggest sports stars in Malawi are even women, and even in the careers, they're advancing. And so this whole feminist movement has given men a new perspective. Now, when you stop treating women like objects, you start to realize that, these are human beings, these are lovable human beings. And as a result of that, men have stopped cheating. Now, of course, I thought that that one was weak, but, again, that was his reasoning, and I will stick to it. The third reason that he gave, which again I agree with, is that women are now economically active and they're no longer housewives. When your wife, as he put it, is just a housewife, it's easy for you to maneuver around and go and find someone else, because any other times the housewives stopped taking care of themselves. They stopped looking good because they were always busy with the house, busy with the kids, and then they stopped taking care of themselves. But then now, at this moment where women have become economically active, the weird side effect, in his words, is that they now look more beautiful. Your wife being someone who goes to work means she takes more effort in taking care of herself, because now she's no longer just presenting herself to you and the household or the home. Now, every single day, or at least every working day, she's going to work. Women have started to take care of their appearance. They care more about their appearance. And so he says Malawian men now find their own wives even more attractive. And as a result of that, they have stopped cheating. He's a very interesting character, this guy. And number five, um, women are now leaving men who cheat. I think this is one which I find very interesting, and again, I agree with. When you're in a situation where, back in the day, when men were cheating on their wives, their women simply, chichewa word is kupira. They were in the relationship knowing what was going on. They were sad, but they stuck around. In this day and age, women have stopped sticking around to that nonsense. When women are being cheated on and they find out, women are leaving. And Malawian men, again, they don't want to break up their homes. They don't want to be in a situation where, their kids are growing up in a household with just them or a broken marriage. No, Malawian men, we're rational. I kid you not, my uncle is a wise man, he's like, we're rational. And so because the women have started leaving, uh, the Malawian men have decided we're going to stick it out. We're not going to cheat. We're going to stay home. We're going to stay faithful to our wives. And also, the other side of the coin is that back in the day, when men were cheating, their wives ankapirira, but now the women have started giving back. Not only is it wrong for the men to cheat, but the repercussions are now the women are giving back. Again, he said it goes back to the fact that they're empowered economically. When the woman is empowered economically, she knows what she is worth. And so she knows that, look, if this man is taking me for granted, I can find someone else who's not going to take me for granted. And because she's economically empowered, she knows that if she leaves, she'll be okay. And that wasn't the case before. And so he went on to say, women are leaving men who cheat. And so men have realized that, why should I put myself in a position where potentially my wife could leave me? I'll just stop cheating. And then the next reason is that nowadays, with cheating, it's easier to get caught and be exposed to the whole world. I think with social media coming into play, we have seen so many times where people have been caught in lodges or being caught in other places they shouldn't be with someone who's not their wife. And that information, those pictures, those videos have gone viral on social media. Malawian men, they don't want that. Malawians, we're a conservative society. We like to be looked up to in high esteem. That matters to us a great deal. So because of that, my uncle believes that that's another reason why Malawian men have stopped cheating. And then one where, of course, this one he talked about in the beginning and I missed it in passing. So number 6 reason was that there's a shift from local beliefs to Christian beliefs. This is actually where my discussion with him began. We were talking about religion. I was asking him about the ancestral beliefs, about what life was like before he knew Christianity, because he's a recent convert to Christianity. And so he was explaining to me that one of the things that has also been affected is that with Christianity, monogamy is emphasized, whereas with some of our ancestral beliefs, polygamy was accepted. So another reason why, well, his starting point was the reason why men stopped cheating is because now men are devout Christians. They believe in the Bible, they believe in Jesus Christ, they believe in the teaching of the word. And so the Bible tells them that they must have one wife. And some men are listening, and many men are following suit. So the reason why Malawian men stopped cheating, reason number 6, is because many have shifted from local beliefs to Christianity. The last reason he gave, and I put this one last on purpose because this one was my favorite, and I think he was talking about his life, his personal example. He told me that Malawian men stopped cheating. Reason number 7, Malawian men stopped cheating simply because now they're marrying women who they love. Back in the day, marriages are not as they are now. As he said, at least. I can only know about now. I wasn't there back in the day. But he said, back then you'd marry someone who you've only met for a very short time, or you even sent someone to go and ask them out on your behalf. So when people were getting married, they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. They didn't love, or they hadn't fallen in love with the person who they were marrying. It was just a matter of, you saw them one time, you saw them a second time. At best, maybe you had a couple of conversations, and then you are told, or you decide, or the elders advise that this is the woman you must marry for XYZ reason. And so he explained that nowadays Malawian men stop cheating because they're marrying women who they love. There's a situation now whereby dating has been normalized. So this means you can take this girl out on a date, you can chat with this girl for a couple of months, get to know her. If you think she's the right fit for you, you go ahead and marry her, you love her, and you be faithful to her. But if she's not the right fit for you, then after a couple of dates, you tell her, hey, I'm not going to marry you. This isn't serious. Let me find someone who I'm better suited to. So because of that, Malawian men have stopped cheating. And I thought that one was very interesting. And I really loved it because I feel like, I chose my wife myself. It's not like someone told me, hey, Sam, this is the woman you must marry. And yeah, I just thought this was a very interesting conversation that I had, and I wanted to share it with you. And I'd like to hear your views about it. Um, he is convinced that Malawian men have stopped cheating, and he knows that, and he's an older guy, so I'm guessing he's correct. I, for one, am a married man, and I don't believe in infidelity. I think it's wrong. I think it's a disrespect to your spouse, to your partner. Share your thoughts with me in the comment section. And if you've watched the video this far, I'd like you to give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And don't forget to tell a friend about Thoughts of the Young Icon. Thank you very much.